Two, rival promotions. In reality, there's not a lot of combatant, and the WWE sets their clocks. Tiffy Time with a new women's champ, Tiffany Stratton.
And here we go. Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat, stay a while. Do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Be sure to hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. If you are one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment, because YouTube does love those comments. And of course, share the video out on all social media. Speed of socials, links down below. Instagram and X, you can find me there. Also, check out the link to that Joker Voice merch store. Also, want to give a quick shout out and thank you to Netters Network. Was on an impromptu stream with her last week. You can check out the link to her channel down below in the description as well. And good Lord, have mercy. What a crazy week it was in pro wrestling, especially with the WWE. Now, of course, the big news happens later today as the Netflix era of the WWE begins with the Raw debut on the streaming platform. And if last week is any indication, 2025 looks to be an exciting year for the WWE.
And here we go.
Now, WWE is not the only professional wrestling promotion that has entered into a streaming era. While one-time rival AEW and their shows Collision and their flagship show Dynamite are now simulcast on Max, along with a catalog so new eyes can see matches and pay-per-views from their 5-year history. Now, I say one-time rival, as recently AEW has had a fall-off in its overall viewership, so much so as it is struggling to compete with WWE's developmental brand, NXT. Last week's numbers, for example, NXT posted a total viewership of 626,000. And AEW, flagship show, Dynamite, 588,000. This makes 10 out of the last 12 weeks that AEW has lost in viewership to the WWE's JV squad.
Ouch.
For example, for their flagship show Dynamite, with their debut simulcasting on Max, had a main event segment of a 6-man tag team match with former tag team champions, the Revival, now known as FTR, and former 11-time WWE champion and Hall of Famer, Edge, who went by Adam Copeland, now just goes by Cope. By contrast, the night before NXT, their main event segment was an in-ring face-to-face between Obafemi, the NXT champion Trick Williams, and Eddie Thorpe.
I'm sorry, who are you again?
Exactly. Now, moving back to WWE and the main roster with the first show of 2025, which was Smackdown from Phoenix, Arizona, and now is a 3-hour show.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
And as I and others have said, 3-hour show, you're going to need a larger roster. Well, as we are in the midst of the brand transfer with Indo, we've seemingly got an idea of the additions to the SmackDown roster. Now, at the main event, we had a six-man tag match involving the Bloodline versus OTC Bloodline members Jimmy Uso with his brother Jay and Sami Zayn, who have been on Raw most of the time. Now, after the match, these three felt the wrath of Drew McIntyre, who was also part of the opening segment of SmackDown. Now, these three not only add more to the ongoing Bloodline story, but with the addition of Drew McIntyre, adds a much needed credible heel for SmackDown.
That is true.
And as for the rest of the show, well, something special happened. And to appreciate this rise to the top of the proverbial mountain, we have to go back to December of 2021, when Daddy's Little Rich Girl made her TV debut on NXT. Less than 2 years later, May of 2023, the spoiled, bratty heel reached the first milestone of her young career by capturing the NXT Women's title.
Well done. Well done.
In a few short months, she'd find herself featured prominently on the main roster after an impressive showing in the 2024 Royal Rumble. Now, in early February, she'd become a full-time roster member, and an equally impressive performance in February at the Elimination Chamber showed a true star in the making. Now, it was around this time that I made a bold prediction, and on July 6th in Toronto, Canada, she became Miss Money in the Bank.
Called it.
Now, yes, there was some questionable booking, which featured about a dozen teased cash-in attempts, but then she reached the mountaintop. 2025 has begun by setting the clock to Tiffy Time, as Tiffany Stratton is the new WWE Women's Champion.
Yes! 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 Yes!
But these are just some cool things that I noticed last week and some of my thoughts as well. But now I want to hear from you down below in the comments. Be sure, this week, Wednesday Night is Overbooked returns. We are got a lot to talk about, me and the guys, so be sure to tune in to that. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I really appreciate it. And I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you had a great weekend. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. And until then, folks, toodles.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right, Cliff?